Well, ladies and gentlemen, March Madness is upon us as we are an hour away from first day of March, and I just watched my North Carolina Tar Heels beat the Syracuse Orangemen, who look on their record on 15 wins, 15 losses. I don't know what their resume are, but they look like they're out. Mathematically, they look like Syracuse is going to be out of the NCAA tournament. Most likely, they're going to play for the NIT. North Carolina is now 22-8. 22-8. Their record. They just got if the ACC tournament start today, which is in the Barclays Center, by the way. North Carolina will get the bye, and they'll become the fourth seed in the I just forgot the ACC tournament in the Barclays Center. I just brain freeze for a minute. I apologize for that, folks. I feel North Carolina, North Carolina, and I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I haven't been following up on college basketball a lot, but looking at it, I think this is pulling off the resume. I think is, who's going to make the NCAA tournament, who is a lock. I mean, Duke is is either the 3 or the 4th seed. Gonzaga is number 1. Arizona's number 2, which is a shocker, and they're going to play USC. But for the most part, the SEC, as far as SEC, Kentucky's having a good year record-wise. But yeah, but for the most part, college basketball, the madness has really started to begin. And the game I saw an hour ago between North Carolina and Syracuse was a March Madness type feeling. Because by the second half, Syracuse was leading the rest of the game, and North Carolina came all the way back, not only to tie the game, but by overtime they scored. They was on an 8-1 run. Outscored Syracuse 8-1, and haven't missed a 3-point shot until the last minute of the game. And in the result, the Tar Heels survive against the Orangemen. And the final game is going to be Coach K's final game in Cameron Indoors, as of course is going to be against North Carolina. Excuse me. But I'm gonna go away from the NBA and go from the NCAA for a second, and I'm gonna go on to talking about the NBA and what have we learned. And I'm gonna talk about last night's game between the Knicks and the. First of all, let me start off with the Knicks. Oh my God. I would not, fan, worker, or whoever you might be, if you're a basketball fan, I don't know why. Why would I waste my money, go to Madison Square Garden, outside of their presence, and play for this garbage of a team? Because let's face it, that's what the Knicks are. Pure garbage. Every year, yes, they made the playoffs last year, but the playoffs should have been a redemption. It should be taking a step further. Instead, it's taking a step backwards. And now, if the playoffs ended today, the Knicks are basically out of the playoffs. Don't even play in the play-in tournament. That's how bad they are. And the thing that it frustrates me about the Knicks the most, they continue to fall. They think they're the Golden State Warriors. They think they fall in love with the three, especially Julius Randle, who think, oh, he's Steph Curry every time he step in the court. And as a Knicks fan, I'm getting sick and tired of watching this night in and night out, and it's the same damn thing, night in and night out. And honest to God, I am tired of it. I'm tired. Every day, every night, and I'll get to NBC in a second. I'll get to ESPN or ABC in a second. Even when the Knicks had a winning streak, they're over. They always shoot. They don't take minimum shots. They don't take the shots what the defense give them. They fall in love with the three way too much. And every time they have a huge lead, they don't play. You can't get comfortable when they have a lead. And it's the same thing with the Knicks night in and night out. And personally, even though I was temporarily quote unquote laid off, but on paper I was fired. But anywho, why would I wait? I'm not wasting my hard-earned money to watch this display and frustrate you. The Knicks are like the New York Mets. They frustrate the hell out of you. And every time they let a player go, for some reason the player gets better. The Knicks are just like I said, I'll say it again. The Knicks are like the Mets. They frustrate the shit out of you. There's a lot of huge fan base. They have a huge fan base, but for a team who wins 2 championships, they don't do a lot since. And honestly, it gets to the point it gets annoying. Really. When are we going to see more championships from this team? Can we see a team that's consistent, winning year after year after year? Since 2001, since Patrick Ewing retired, the Knicks have not outside of several playoffs were Melo in 2013 and 2010 and a Stoudemire. The Knicks has been a joke. They really have. Yes, they have a little bit of success, but it's time. When can we get a championship team for once? Can we get somebody who know what they're doing? Because Julius Randle is not the answer, and Derrick Rose, he keeps getting hurt. He's great, but he's injury prone now. And they didn't do nothing in the trade deadline. So what else is there? What else is there to do? What else is there to do? This team is a disaster, and by God, quite frankly, I'm not a Knicks fan, but what I saw with the 76ers, I said to myself, the 76ers going to win this game. 76ers, the Knicks will tease you year after year, they tease you. And as far as ABC go, why the hell out of all the games, why you choose to show the Knicks now when the Knicks is 25-35 and when the Knicks was doing good last year, y'all didn't show them at all until the playoffs. Now all of a sudden you showing the Knicks. Why? Because for TV ratings for standpoint. It's really frustrating and annoying if you're a New York fan. But anyway, enough about me flapping my gums about the Knicks. James Harden looked like he's happy to be a Philadelphia 76er. Whoop-de freaking do. Where was this when he was a Net? So, and I'm gonna tell you right now, he better show up in Philadelphia, because let me tell you something. Philadelphia is not Houston, okay? I don't like Philadelphia. I'm not a big Philadelphia sports fan. But let me tell you something. If you don't show up when it matters most. Expect that fan base to be a hostile, because I'm pretty sure the 76ers are starting to say enough's enough. It's time to win a championship. So let's see how things pan out as we are 1 month away from basically the playoffs, because the NBA season is slowly is about to be over. Have a good night, guys. Peace.